What is up, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. Today I'm gonna go and grab a car that we haven't seen on the channel in a very long time, and that's the LS400. I still have this car and I don't really do too much to it, but recently me and Sam took on the project of installing VIP tables in the car because one of our friends was selling a set for a really good deal. We already partially installed them in a previous video, but we need to finish it. So I want to finish installing the tables in that car because they are very cool, and Sam already reupholstered them to match the leather that's in the car. So let's go grab this thing, see if it starts, and bring it over to the shop. You can see we already got 2 of the 3 installed, but when I put this one in, I didn't drill the holes far enough forward, so it kind of sags a little bit. It needs to sit up like this, so I'm going to have to fix that and then replicate that for the other side. Well, let's see if this thing starts. We got this thing all clean the last time, so put all this stuff back in. So I don't know if you guys can hear it, but this thing's running kind of weird. It's like sputtering. I know I haven't started it and like really driven it in a little bit, but it's definitely acting funny. Yeah, it's like hiccuping. It's really weird. I don't know. I'll dive into it once I'm in the shop. Boat number 2. Okay, well, I definitely need to figure out what's wrong with this thing, because this car makes for like one of the best daily drivers ever, and it's running really weird. Thankfully, I have Carly with me today to hopefully figure out exactly what's wrong with this thing. Carly is a portable universal OBD2 scanner that is compatible with tons and tons of cars, makes and models, that connects straight to the app on the phone and lets you diagnose exactly what's wrong with your car and potentially fix it. First step is to find your OBD2 port and plug Carly into the connector. Open up the Carly app and click connect. Now Carly is scanning the vehicle for any potential weird issues, any codes. Diagnostics: analyze and repair car issues. Check for issues. And this will usually take about a minute or 2, but it's very helpful. Now this car sat for a long time. I was driving it right after Hurricane Ian, which was like in October. And then basically once I got the Century registered and could drive that car, I've been driving that car ever since because it's just such an awesome car. So this car's been tucked away in storage for the last few months, which I've done before, and the car's started up and been completely fine, but this time it's being a little funky. Okay, so it looks like Carly is done scanning the car. It says Central Electric, and then gives me the code right here to actually look up and figure out what is wrong with this thing. Carly is small, compact, super easy to use, and instead of having to take your car to a shop or an auto parts store to get codes read, you can keep it with you at all times and check the codes yourself very easily. So I want to show you guys something cool about Carly and their smart mechanic feature. I just ran a diagnostic check on this car and it found 38 fault codes and 7 ECU codes. I'm gonna hit show results. Now what smart mechanic mode does is not only does it diagnose your car and find issues that may be wrong, but it'll also give you instructions on how to fix those things. 8 engine issues. I'm gonna click that right here. Enter smart mechanic mode. So the current code that we're looking at is P0106, which is anti-lock brake system, the ABS. It shows a list of symptoms, and if one of these symptoms is the same symptom you're running into, then this might be your issue, and a complete breakdown of what the code means, which is extremely helpful if you're trying to diag something and fix the issue without knowing too much about it. There's a free version of Carly where you can use to diagnose codes, and there's also a paid version which unlocks all the other features. If you guys are interested in trying out Carly for yourself, I will leave a link in the top of the description. Be sure to go check out their website and pick one up. They're cheap, easy to use, extremely convenient to have on you at all times, and I know it helped me. Thank you, Carly, for sponsoring this video. Now let's get back to finishing these tables. Okay, so I have the LS400 table out and in the vise right now. The brackets that came with them will not work with this car. I already drilled a separate hole and it just didn't come out the way that I wanted to. So I'm gonna redo these, cut myself a piece, bend it all up, get it all lined up, and make it fit perfect in the car. So I'm basically going to replicate this piece and then drill new holes, then we can go from there. So I went ahead and made the two brackets for this table, and what I decided to do was actually give one of the edges a little bit more of a bend, almost between a 90 and a 45. I noticed when the table was in the car that it caused it to sag when they were perfect 90s. So by adding a little bit more of a bend, hopefully it'll keep the table more flat facing and will just look better in the car. So I'm gonna trust my gut on this one, and I'm gonna make the other two brackets that I made the same angle, and then get all the rest of the holes drilled and then just knock this out. So I finished both sets of brackets for the tables. Here is the final result. Look about the same. I steeled them in black and they look awesome. So should be the perfect spacing and the perfect angle to get everything installed and looking right. So I'm gonna go slap this back in the car. We get to see how it all looks. Well, I'm pretty pumped on how these came out. They lay flat exactly the way they're supposed to, and the leather matches the interior perfectly with the starlight and everything. This is a good car. I've like already gone through my phase with this car and did everything that I wanted to a couple years back, but it's still such a good car to have. I don't know if and when I have future plans for it, but at least for now, it's looking good, it's driving. Daily it if I need to, Sam can daily it if she needs to, and it's just all around a good unit. The tables add such a nice little vibe to the back seat, still plenty of space and everything like that, and the starlight, and this is just a good rig. There's a lot going on in this video. Last weekend, we went to Fuel Fest, which was a blast. I brought the camera and shot a couple clips here and there to make just a nice little montage of the event. Had a ton of fun, so I'll let you guys watch that footage now, but there's plenty of content afterwards, so stay tuned. We're out here, we are at Fuel Fest, and this is a pretty crazy event. The last time that we were out here was for Clean Culture last year, and it was really, really fun. But it is fucking jam-packed. It took us like a good 40 minutes, 45 minutes to even get in. Thankfully, my friend Nick, who works with Steck Automotive, was able to sneak us in, get us in with the booth. So the car, the Century, is parked over at the booth right now, and we are chilling with Drift HQ currently. So what's probably gonna come is a little bit of a montage of everything that happens while we're here today. But it's just a free day. Hang out with all your friends, have a good time, and enjoy. Today's the day where we are going to install Sam's coilovers on her Lexus CT200H. You can see the car right here. We are actually in the Drift HQ shop. The other shop was full, so they were kind enough to let us do the coilover swap in here. And car's already on jack stands, Cam is vaping, and Sam is excited and ready to pop her wheels off. So.
Why? I didn't get them off all the way.
God, the joys of working on a McPherson strut car over like an upper A-arm strut car is like the easiest coilover we've popped out so far. And it helps that the car's pretty new too, so.
Yeah.
One down. Coming down. Okay. Front is done. We're just gonna lower it down and see what it looks like. We haven't done the rear yet, but it should give us an idea of what the front's gonna sit like for now. Now we didn't adjust the coilovers. We just made sure that they were tight. The preload was set, so we didn't make any height adjustments to them yet. This is how they come out of the box. Definitely better.
A lot better.
Yeah, that dropped it like a good 2 inches right out of the box. So yeah, that's like a modest, nice, fitted look. It's up to us if we want to, or I guess it's up to Sam if she wants to go any lower or leave it at this height for now, because we're shopping wheels and figuring out exactly what would work best on this thing. So for now, we don't want to dump it on the floor on stock wheels, and I think this looks good so far. But we're going to do the back, and then we'll see exactly how everything looks. It's super late, but we managed to get the coilovers on. Fronts were cake, rears were a little bit more of a pain with the springs being separate from the struts. But we got it, everything's good, and the car, like I said, is at a modest height right now, just because there's no wheels. It's a daily driver. We have wheels in mind that we're gonna be getting for this thing, but as of right now, we just want it to be still a comfortable daily. And it did drop it about 2 inches, so it does look much better, and I think we might get some spacers to just kind of poke the wheels out a little bit for now, just to make it look a little bit sportier, but I think it looks awesome. The spring rates aren't too stiff, so it should be a still like very comfortable drive, and they're 32-way adjustable dampening too, so plenty of adjustability. Once again, huge shout out to BC Racing for sponsoring this car, Sam and me all the time. I couldn't do all this custom car suspension stuff without them. If you guys are in the market for any coilovers for your car, I will leave a link in the description to BC Racing. Be sure to check them out. They're the best in the business. And it's late, I'm tired, but I'll see you guys in a little bit. Okay, like I said earlier in this video, there's a lot that went on in this. From making the VIP tables on the LS400 to going to Fuel Fest to installing the coils on Sam's car, we've been bouncing back and forth a little bit. But I just got one of the best emails ever, and it's about my Century. About a month or so ago, I got in contact with the owner of Junction Produce. Junction Produce is one of the best VIP body kit companies out of Japan. They've been around forever. Everyone that's into VIP style knows who Junction Produce is, and I was lucky enough to get to work with them and be able to get a body kit for the Century. Now, this isn't just a lip kit or anything like that. This is a full body kit for my Toyota Century, and I just got the email that it showed up today. So I'm gonna go get this thing parked up, looking nice and pretty. We're gonna go grab the kit, unbox everything, and it'll give you guys an idea of what this thing will look like in the very near future. I can't wait. I am so excited. Let's go. I still can't get over the way this thing looks aired out. Oh, it's so cool. Okay, I think the box is in here. Ooh, I'm excited. I'm excited. Oh, yep. That would be the box. All right, I'm gonna actually just bring this thing outside and we'll tear into it outside. Ooh, I see the tape. Oh, I'm so excited. Jesus Christ. Let me zoom out just a little bit. All right, there we go. All right, here goes nothing. I know what the kit's supposed to look like, but I think this is the first in the US to happen. Piece of the puzzle number one. Let me widen this up a little bit because this stuff is big. All right, let me get all this trash put away and take everything out of their wrappers, and then we can go over everything. Okay, it took a while to take everything out of the wrapping and get all of this stuff staged up because there's a lot to this kit. It's about as much as there was to the NSX body kit that I did last year. This looks wild. The anticipation for this has been pretty crazy, and again, with the whole NSX, I knew what I wanted the car to look like before I bought it, and I'm going down that same exact path with this car. So guys, this is the full Junction Produce body kit for a GZG50 Toyota Century. Front bumper is going to add a huge difference to the front end of this car. This entire kit is going to remove the lower chrome on the bottom of the car, which I'm actually very stoked on, because the car has a lot of chrome, and I think that section being removed will make the car look a lot more modern, a lot more sleek. I'll also be removing the wheel well chrome as well. All the other chrome can stay. I love that stuff, but the giant sections of chrome on the bottom, like I said, I think will look very good when they're gone. This is so freaking cool. Like, I can't believe that this kit is here. Just like the NSX kit, this is a fiberglass kit. The condition of this coming in out of the box reminds me a whole lot of the condition of the NSX body kit, which was very nice to work with from Marga Hills. So I'm hoping that this is the same case with this car in these pieces. Rear bumper is gonna add a huge dynamic to the whole back end of the car. Again, removing the lower chrome, it's gonna look so cool. And it adds exhaust ports on the bottom, so I can finally build the perfect exhaust for this thing once the kit is on. Side skirts, absolutely massive. Obviously they have to fit the entire length of this thing. I got confused at first because usually the short end is at the front, but because the bottom part of the fender is so big, the giant part is in the front and the small part's in the back. Regardless, again, quality of this stuff looks amazing. Nothing showed up damaged, which I'm very happy about. The box when it showed up looked like it had gone through World War II, so I'm very glad that everything showed up intact. Now these pieces are interesting. They might look like baseboard trim for the inside of a house, but they actually go on the lower part of each door once the side skirt is on, and it kind of helps blend the bigger side skirt into the rest of the car and not have this thing looking like it has a crazy kit on it. It just kind of helps it be a little more subtle. So I really like that aspect of this, and I like the attention to detail that they did with pieces like this. Again, because this car's all black, it's going to be the same case scenario like the NSX. The thing just looks mean, looks aggressive, doesn't look too kitted out, too aftermarket, and hopefully this thing will kind of be the same. It'll just be, I don't want to say it's going to look more like a Rolls Royce, but deleting the lower chrome on the bottom of the car will definitely add a little bit of a Rolls Royce-y vibe to it. That, and also this body kit will give the car a little bit more of a boxy look to it instead of a rounded edge, so that will also kind of tie into the whole Rolls Royce-y, the older school Rolls Royce vibes. This is a trunk spoiler and was part of the full kit. I'm still kind of torn on if I want to use it. I might, but I'm going to kind of save that for last. We'll body work it and we'll get it painted and everything, but once the rest of the kit is on, I'll save this for last because I'm not too crazy on trunk lips on giant sedans like this. I got the one in the LS400 and it looked really cool when I first got it, but now looking back at it, it's kind of weird to me. It comes with little extension pieces to go over the edge here to just kind of blend everything in. So like I said, I'm gonna save that piece for last when we come to install everything. It's gonna be really hard to tell because it's obviously white, but maybe from a certain angle, you guys will get an idea of what it could look like. It's gonna be so cool. Obviously, I can't do anything with it right now because A, I'm not a bodywork person, and B, it's late, it's getting dark, but I'm glad I had enough time in the day today to be able to film this and actually unbox this and see all the stuff because it just gets me excited, man. I love aesthetic mods. I love aesthetic mods on cars. It is my favorite thing about the car scene, my favorite thing to do with cars. It's pretty much all I've been doing since the very beginning, and that's completely okay because I fucking love it, and I know there's hundreds of thousands of you out there that also love doing this shit and building engines and racing cars and stuff like that too. I'm getting there, slowly getting older, and we'll slowly start getting into more of that stuff. But the sun is setting. I got my Century, my Junction Produce kit. This is crazy. I got to give a huge thank you to Junction Produce for working with me on this kit, getting it out to me super quick. It took them only 2 weeks to get this thing ready to be shipped, and shipping was another 2 weeks. So super quick. I'm gonna get all this stuff packed up, put away safe so that we can start getting into body work on this stuff very soon. But I just had to see it propped up against the car in a cool spot to end the video. This is definitely a cool spot. Be sure to leave a huge like on this video. This is probably gonna be one of my favorites of the year, just like the whole NSX body kit process from last year. It's always super fun digging into this stuff, watching it come to life, get painted, put on, and just completely transform a car. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.